Okay, well, I decided to start on one thing, one type of opinion right now. Guess what? Boy Meets World is coming back. And I'm sorry to quote from another video that somebody had, but kind of. They are going to have a spin-off on Boy Meets World. The name is Girl Meets World. Now, I have high hopes for this, and I really like it, but my biggest thing that I don't think is going to work with it is not all of the cast is probably going to be back, which is not fun. And if you were a 90s kid like me, the cast is key. As far as I remember, does Sean and that one other person get back together? There's two other people I don't remember too much right now, and I think if I watched that other guy's video, I probably would remember it. But I think there was two people that went to like military camps or whatever, and they haven't came back yet. And then Feeny is one of the main characters back then in the old one. He's like one of the main like mentors and wisdom, kind of like father figure. Um, but we don't know exactly if he's coming back, and I'd love for him to come back. But then I also look at what he's done, and I know it's not exactly right to be saying this, but you look at his age thing and whatnot. I don't know if he'll want to come back, but I'd love it if he'd come back. Um, because he is one of those people where he has a very good wisdom. As far as I know, there's going to be a girl character. I forgot her name, but I think it is... Man, I should have gotten a little piece of paper and wrote down all of the stuff that I remember. But basically, it's a girl character, and they are going to be named something Rowan Matthews or something like that. And then basically, they're going to have Sean, another version of Sean in the girl form. Which is, of course, the second character. And then there's going to be, I think, Corey's, what do you call it? Corey's brother will be back, I think. Maybe. Um, that's my third thing to think about. Um, and then what's the next thing? So we got that one, that one, that one. So... Trying to remember. But basically what happens is that according to what I have gotten, and according to what I have seen in some videos about it coming back, I have high hopes for it. I love that they are bringing it back. Yes, finally a good video, show that's coming back that a lot of us really loved. But then I look at it and I'm just like, I have to really see the first episode to see if I'm actually going to keep watching it. Because, sure, it's not going to be the same. There's going to be some things that Feeny and Corey and all of them have in common that makes the show how it used to be. But at the same time, just like I have heard from recent videos that I've seen, and, the actors talking about it and whatnot, there is going to be a little bit of their own uh, little lessons and different things that are more different from the old version of it. So some will be old, some will be new, some will be very different. So basically it's in the girl's point of view this time, which I like. The girls definitely need one of those type of things where I think it should be a girl's point of view on this one. But then at the same time, I mean, just like they said, it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be like the same type. But I'd love for us to have that fan favorite type of feel. That feeling of, oh shoot, you know? We get all those like good hints that, maybe the other new kids that watch this episodes / seasons of it will be like, Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Well, all of us that might see, some common um, comparisons and common things that are kind of almost the same as the old one, such as, according to another video I saw, where Sean, the old Sean, says, "Oh my gosh, I just blew up another mailbox." That would be great. And then, I'd love to have all that music in the background, and I'd love to see how they improvise it. But like I said, the first few episodes will really determine if I'm actually going to watch the show. I'd love that for them to keep in some of the old stuff and add in some of their new flair and make it their own style, but at the same time still keep to the same mainframe of how this show started. It was one of my most favorite 90s shows. And one of my favorite episodes, in fact, was the one where Corey turned so-called thinks he's gonna turn into a werewolf. That was a great scene from that one. The the thing is that I wonder how many seasons is this one gonna last. I'd hope that if the old one was gonna stay, keep going by now, I wish it was already, still going. But apparently, they had to end it at that last season, which I forgot how many seasons they did, but I think it was 7 or 8 seasons. So, when you think about it, how long is this one going to last? Is it going to last the same amount of seasons? Then what is going to happen? Is she going to be the next one that is going to, make another Boy Meets World? Maybe we're going to have another, difference to it? Maybe they're going to make it more interesting? I don't know, you know? Um, are they going to, each generation, are they going to make a better flair on it? I don't know, because the thing is that they need to still keep that very positive and, one of the best shows that actually taught you something. And they have to keep it kind of still in that narrow, old show type of way. I mean, they still, like I said again, they have to still keep their flair, but they need to keep it where it is right there. You love the show, you get what it's talking about, and whatnot. Because when I think about it, I want to still have that type of remembrance from my old, years in the 90s, and just have that happiness of, oh yeah, this, I remember this part, and oh yeah, ha ha ha, they added it to this new one, Well, the other kids, kind of how I said already, will be like, wow, that's so cool, Although, over the years, there hasn't been that many good shows, so it just really depends, and I just hope that they still keep it to the fresh and really good shows where it just makes you remind yourself of the 90s and makes the kids that even though they didn't see the 90s showing are amazed by it. On my own opinion, like I said already, like 3 or 4 times already or more, if only I can actually see it now and see the first episode and just like it, I'll keep watching, and maybe these videos will actually come a little bit better as far as my opinions on this show. One thing I wish they could bring back, but then they stopped and I didn't know where the hell it went, would be Drake and Josh, although that was like a semi-good show back then, and that was not during the 90s exactly, but, it was pretty good. Uh, But one thing I wish and hope that they can do is that they can bring back some of the very good 90s shows and put their own spin on it, but at the same time, um, I think I keep messing up my words a little bit, but on um, on the key old kind of mental, kind of like main story of how, each of the shows or episodes or whatnot kind of have been made. Um, all the mid-ground, foreground, and background of the show. That key main point of how it's supposed to be. I just hope that if they make any of those other ones come back, that they make their own version, but at the same time, still keeping that key point of the story. That key point that made us want to watch these shows, these 90s shows, especially one of my favorites, Boy Meets World. And maybe, show the parts of college that they didn't really show in that show, maybe. But the only difference and the only thing I don't like about it, and if I remember correctly, I don't think it was owned by them before, but apparently this time around it's owned by Disney. I I don't like that for some reason. But what can I do? I just hope that they keep it to key points. Uh, hopefully I said what I can say, and hopefully it sounds like a good video, and hopefully I didn't make mistakes. I'll try and edit this if it doesn't sound good, and if I choose to change it again. But please leave your comments at the bottom, and since this is an opinion video, just give me your opinion on what you think is your first thinking of Boy Meets World to the new sequel or difference of Girl Meets World. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to talk about it. But the thing is that I wonder exactly what you guys are thinking. If you're a 90s kid, tell me what was one of your favorite episodes. What did you like about it? Who was your favorite character? Mine was Corey and Topanga, the cute couple that are married now, so to speak, in the show. Um, and Sean, of course, and a lot of the other characters, but one of my favorites was Corey. Um, so yeah, tell me about that, and then tell me about like what you hope for this show. Are you gonna watch it? Do you think it's kind of eh? And then for the people that have not seen the 90s episode of it before, or at least have seen some type of showing of it, what is your thinking on it? And when you see the first episode, tell me, what do you think is good about it? Do you think it should keep going? Do you think that, what I'm talking about the main points, do you think that you don't really care because it's your guys' version of it? You know, bring it down at the comments below, and uh, I hope that I get, very good comments where I can just talk to you guys and see how, everything progressed and whatnot. These videos will get better. Sometimes I start to ramble and start to mess up on certain things. So correct me if I'm a little bit wrong on one point on, something. But most of the time it's usually straight from what I remember. So that's mostly what it is. Anyways, thank you. Bye.